Well, greetings, dear friends, Rob and Marguerite, and our friends at Grace Point. It's such an honor to be able to share with you some life, hopefully, and joy into this year 2022 and what God has for you guys in terms of your key verses. Ephesians 3:20, which is one of my favorites. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think or imagine. And as I was preparing for this short message, I really thought of a word God gave me last year, which was 2020, as we were in the throes of the early lockdown with pandemic, and I felt God stir in my heart that if we trusted in Him and stayed in Him, that we'd come out with more of everything, more love, more power, more grace, more patience, more kindness, more money, that God really is a God of abundance. And it seemed so counterintuitive, given that it seemed like the church was shrinking, our offerings were shrinking, everything was in contraction. The economy, not just in Australia, but all over the world, was shrinking. And kind of God spoke to us about more, trusting Him for more. And I love that about God, is that He always moves in the opposite direction to where society and trends are trending. And now in 2021, I mean, many of us have experienced that. We've experienced the reality of that word. It came to pass. We have learnt incredible patience and love. We've come out with more love, because when you have division, as there has been in the church this last season about pro-vax, anti-vax, end times, the mark of the beast, so much noise and controversy and static. Well, you learn to love people. You learn to love everybody. You learn to accept everybody. And you can't have a testimony without a test. And it feels like to me like the last 2 years have been an incredible test of our faith, our hope, our love, our patience, having to maybe pause people on Facebook who come up with the most amazing theories. But in it, you'll find that in Ephesians, where this verse comes from, there are 17 instances where the phrase "in Christ" appears. In Christ, in Christ. And so my encouragement to you, as we look forward to receiving more than we can ask or think or imagine, is that where the more is going to come from is in Christ. If we can keep the noise and the controversy and the division out of our view, don't get involved, don't consider it, don't share it. Just stay in Christ. Let Jesus be our focus. Let Him be our foundation. He's the author and He's the finisher of our faith. They say the safest place in a forest fire is where the fire has already been burnt out. And you know, Christ has already been crucified on our behalf. And so if I'm in Christ, I'm secure. My future is secure. Regardless of where the world goes, or the trends go, or where society goes, or where we are in the end timeline, if there is one, I'm in Christ, so I'm secure. So I'll love my family, I'll love our church, I'll love our neighbors, lead people to Christ, we'll pray for the sick. We'll do the things we've always been doing, with passion, with love, with fervor. And I believe that that is the safest place to position ourselves for more. In Christ. In Him. In Him and through Him. And so I leave these few words with you to encourage you to pursue Jesus, to be a church, as you have been for decades now, a lighthouse of His presence and His power and His love. And that as a community you will grow and experience the more of God. And we look forward to doing things with you guys going forward. We plan to be around for a long time, and we trust that you will enjoy the fruit of these 21 days of your fasting and seeking the Lord. So my prayer, Lord, is for Rob and Marguerite, the leadership team, for Grace Point Church to thrive, to revive, to be full of your fullness, to more encounters, more love, more evangelism, more signs and wonders, Lord. And I release it over you as a church, as a friend, in the city with you. God bless you all, and thank you so much.